Senator, why does NJ Transit not have positive train control?
Look, you have to ask them that question. But after having bought $5.5 billion over the last 10 years in federal transit funds and lined up another $3 billion over the next 5 years, you have to wonder why they're not using some of that money for capital purposes like positive train control. And it's amazing, we were at one time at the head of the curve on positive train control with New Jersey Transit, and then it collapsed over the last decade. And so the last report that I saw filed with the Federal Railroad Administration by New Jersey Transit, covers the first 6 months of this year, says they are at 0% in terms of locomotives with positive train control, 0% on the tracks with positive train control, 0% of radio towers, which is necessary to send the frequency. And as I also understand, they have not applied for the radio frequency license. So 2 years away from when this is now mandated by Congress to ultimately be an implementation, we are at zeros across the board. I don't understand that.
So what is the likelihood they will meet that deadline in 2 years?
I'm a firm believer. I voted against the extension that Congress gave because transit agencies across the country, including New Jersey Transit, said we just don't have the money and the time necessary. Well, I think that Congress should send a very clear message that the 2018 deadline is it. So start getting moving and start making implementation and use some of your capital money for these purposes. There is a nearly $199 million fund that we created to help transit agencies across the country. I understand New Jersey Transit has made an application for $10 million. I intend to vigorously support that application, but that in and of itself, while it can help New Jersey Transit is going to have to put up some of its own money to make it happen.
So what does this mean for riders?
Railroads delayed positive train control before. Do you think in the Congress, do you think there's a chance they could do it again? I mean, the deadline is now 2 years away, and they haven't made that much progress.
I was against it when they came before the Senate, and I'm against delaying it after 2018. I think that what should happen as a result of the experiences we've had across the country, I'm going beyond this specific incident. We don't know the specifics as to why this accident took place, but in general, we had a 2011 report on a PATH train at this station in which the National Transportation Safety Board did study it, and it came to two conclusions: that the engineer had culpability to some degree, and that the lack of positive train control was a contributing factor. If we've heard that, and if you listen to the Vice Chair of the National Transportation Safety Board, who is here on site, and she'll tell you that they strongly promote the implementation of positive train control. I think what the Congress should do is not extend it. They should send a very clear message now that there'll be no more extension and get transit agencies across the country to use some of their capital money for implementation.
Do you think there's any chance that the Congress would delay it again, even though some of you are opposed to that?
Not with my vote. And I hope that the Congress learns from various accidents across the country, including the Amtrak accident that we had in Philadelphia, that what cost is there for a life or lives? And so, for a country that was the envy of the world in terms of its infrastructure and its rail operations and has fallen dramatically back, if safety is job one, which it should be, then this needs to be clear. 2018 is it, and you're not getting any extensions.
What does PTC mean for riders?
Any preliminary indications of exactly what happened here?
No, look, the NTSB is very meticulous. I understand it's recovered one of the recording devices. It's looking to recover the other. They're going to go through their whole analysis. They have set a series of teams up. They sent me a list of what those teams are. There's teams as it relates to the human factor. There's teams as it relates to trackage. There's teams as it relates to the signals. A variety of different teams that are working on every single element of what it could be. And they will meticulously go and come to a conclusion as to what was the cause.
Any word at all when trains will be back up and running?
I haven't gotten any new information
all right, guys.
beyond what we know publicly.
What would PTC mean for riders?
I think to a great degree it would mean a sense of greater security, that when they get on that train, thanks Sandberg, Mr. Tenten.
Present for everyone.
As they, I think what it would mean to riders that as they get on that train, that ride isn't their last ride, and that there is a sense of safety, and for their loved ones who are waiting for them to get back home, there is a sense of safety too. Now, I just think, not because I don't have that expertise, but as part of my testimony that I take as the senior Democrat on the Transit Subcommittee, I listen to the expertise, I listen to the National Transportation and Safety Board, I listen to railroad experts, and the reality is they all say that positive train control is one of the most significant technologies we can deploy to, when speed is an issue, to guarantee that train is slowed down and or stopped totally. And it seems to me that whenever speed is an issue, if we had something to eliminate that equation, whether it be by human or mechanical error, we should do so.
All right,
Thanks,
guys, thanks so
Senator.
much.